Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. We are happy you found us, and if you're back again for more, thank you. We appreciate you as well. Today we are doing something super fun. As a lot of you have heard me talk about the past couple of videos, we are getting ready to move. And as maybe some of you, a lot of you, everybody knows, when you get ready to move, you start going through your stuff, right? You're packing a little bit, maybe you're kind of getting rid of stuff, whatever. And as I've gone through my craft room, I've come across some things that I've created in the past that I just thought were, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. I love this. But now it's maybe a year, 2 years, 5 years later, and I'm looking at it going, wow, that was my style then, and totally not how I do things today. And some examples could be like this purse I made a couple of years ago from a thrift store skirt. It's super cute. But today I would want to put maybe a little fringe on it, maybe add, some interest to the strap. Maybe make sure I had a button on the pocket back here to close it. Just some things like that. Maybe I would add a contrast on the front now for a pocket. Just things like that, because I'm not just, this was very plain and very simple back then, which I love and I still love, but now I would want to put a little more, my styles maybe a little evolved. I like a little more bling and a little more oomph to my stuff. So I might put like a blue jean pocket on here to give it some contrast, to give it some interest. And on that pocket, I might add a patch with a little bling on it. You know what I mean? Gotta have our bling, don't we, girls? Maybe this is a crossbody bag, see? So now maybe I would shorten it a little bit, so it's up here and not down there at my hip. Who knows? My style has changed, so I would definitely update this. Something else I came across that I would probably update a little bit is this jacket that I call it a Franken jacket, because what I did was I bought a jacket off of eBay for $5, okay? Super cute little jacket, but it was boring because it was just a blue jean trucker's jacket. It's a crop jacket, which made it probably cuter than most, but it was boring. And what I did was I bought a pink plaid shirt off of eBay too. I think I paid like $5 for it. And I Frankened the two together. I cut out a patch up here and put the shirt, and then I cut out a big patch in the back and put the shirt. It just made it fun, gave it a pop, and I was very happy with this. Oh, and the little patch on the shoulder too. Okay, so I did that. A couple of places on each side, and then a big place on the back. But now my style, I want, like I said before, maybe a little more interest, a little bling. Maybe I would paint on it, or maybe, because I've already done the major part, which is, married the shirt and the jacket together, I'd probably just come in and maybe add some trim, or maybe rough up the edges to match. I don't know if you can see this, but see how it's kind of rough there? So maybe I'd come around to all the trim, the piping, the edging on the jacket, and rough it up. Maybe I would come across and maybe outline the back with some bling and make it just kind of pop a little more. So I would definitely change this. Again, just how my style's changed. And maybe you would see this too if you do curtains. Maybe you bought some curtains and they're in your bedroom and you look at them and you think, I like them still, but they're not who I am. Or maybe you created a blanket and you're like, I like that, but I would do it different now, right? Or, of course, journals. How many of you have made journals? I shared this journal 3 years ago now when I made it. Very cute. And at the time, because it didn't have this on the front, I've already started altering this without you. When I made it originally, and I'll put the video up here, it was plain brown on both sides. As you can see, now that plain brown is not me. And what I did was I took a napkin, a vegetable napkin, and decoupaged it on the front, because this journal's all about gardening. That's just one simple change I made, and it's already given this journal a whole new life. And like I said, check out the video from 3 years ago, and I'll wait and then come back. Okay, so did you watch? What did you think? The cover's a lot better than just the plain brown cover, right? So that's one thing. And I'm going to go through this now. I haven't done anything else to it. I stopped myself because I thought, how fun if we go through this journal together and I give you some ideas of how my style's changed and how I'm going to dress up this journal from 3 years ago to my style today. Because 3 years ago, my style was very simple, utilitarian. I wasn't a lot about decor. It was just making the journals and using them, and then, you know, if I wanted to decorate them as I used them, fine. But now I'm more about, let's zhuzh up the pages. I like some zhuzh. I like some interest, some texture, some movement. And I'll show you how I do it. And maybe your styles have changed too. And you'll go dig for an old journal and you'll change it from yesteryear to today. So let's just do this. Okay, so this is definitely a gardening journal. So I pulled some things that I could kind of dress it up with. I pulled some burlap ribbon that I would cut in half, maybe for some page decor. I have, let's see, where did it go? I had pulled some more, oh, here it is. I pulled some ladybug ribbon because, you know, you have ladybugs in your garden. I pulled my stamp out. Maybe I'll ink some pages up. I didn't do that before. I pulled out a pepper stamp. Maybe I'll stamp on some journaling cards, a bee, a dragonfly. You know, because those are all things in the garden. And I pulled out some butterfly stamps as well. I also pulled out some coffee stained cheesecloth and a piece of green lace, just to give you an idea of what I'm going to do to go through and dress this up. I thought it would be fun. Again, I posted the card to the earlier flip through, and if you didn't watch it already, go back, because you'll be able to appreciate the cover for sure, because that is like a major change. And all I did was decoupage the napkin on. Oh, wait. All I did was paint a white spot so my napkin would really pop. I didn't want, the brown was kind of washing it out. So I painted a white spot, and then I decoupaged my napkin on, and then I went and kind of tore off the extra napkin, and I just absolutely love it. Now, if I had some good stamps, I might stamp like my garden journal, and I think I do, and we'll pull those out in a little bit. I think that would just be super cute. Okay, so let's open this up, and the kits I used are all in that first video, so just be sure and check those out. And I see, like, I put this on here, I sewed it, it's cute, but it's kind of plain, and it's definitely plain on the back. I know I was thinking, well, I could write there, and I could write on the front, that's fine, but let's just add a little ink to this now for sure, because I would do that now. So I'm just going to come in and ink it up real quick. And I'm just inking from the whole tab here. I didn't pull out my nice little ink, I don't know, what do you call it, dauber thing. Just adding ink. Now look how much better this kind of pops than it did just a few seconds ago, okay? Then I would probably come and pop a hole in it too. So let's pop a hole, because it doesn't have a hole for the, what do you call it, the string through it. I wish I had my, I don't have the one. I have to keep using this one with 3. Okay, and now I'm going to get some string, and let's pop some string in there. And I think we'll, not string, but, oh, eyelash trim. And let's pop some eyelash trim in there and just make it pop a little more. Okay, well, I couldn't find the eyelash trim, and I didn't want to spend a long time digging for it. So, look, I have this pretty kind of ribbony stuff, and definitely blue and green are garden colors because of the sky and the vegetables. So I just cut a little section. I'm just going to push it through real quick, tie it up. And this tag looks 100% better than it did not 5 minutes ago, okay? That simple to change a journal really fast and quick. Okay, so I'm going to go back to wherever this was in the journal, right here, and boom. Now this is blank on this side, and this thing is all blank on the back. So what can we do? Well, on here, I think I'm going to get my ink again, and I'm going to take my dragonfly stamp, and I think I'll lightly stamp a dragonfly in the center. And then I'm just going to come in real light and just stamp a dragonfly. Because now I have some more texture. I have some more interest on the page. It's not a lot. I can still write. You could even stamp, you know, all over the page if you wanted to. Just here to give you some inspiration. Okay. Now, I did sew some pages, which I love. That's good. But look, I have all this, like, shiny white paper, which is really kind of boring. So, I'm going to get my little... Okay, I got my little ink dauber here. And I'm going to come back to my plain, boring pages. Get my ink, and I'm just going to go around all the edges. And I'm actually going to just kind of rub some on the page, like just lightly, to kind of just make it look a little aged, but not, you know, terrible. Just to give it some interest and texture. Alright. Now, it's not that bright white in your face. It's got the edges. It just looks a little more finished, okay? Now, something else you could do. Here is the center, and it's extremely boring. I can't even believe I did a center this boring. I would just add something in here. If you had some new packet seeds, maybe a bag, maybe decoupage a napkin onto this center white page, that would really zhuzh it up, and that's something I would do now. So let me get an appropriate napkin, and we'll come back. Okay, since I pulled a bee stamp, I just went and got a bee napkin. It was close, and I'm going to do it on this center paper right here. It's the center of the signature right there, and I'm just going to decoupage this on real quick. And don't think just because a journal is completed that it's completed, that you won't ever do anything in it again. I mean, besides journal. Definitely, I mean, you can always add to, change. Don't crush your creativity because of, you know, because it's done. Okay, so there's the first side done. And let's put this over here. I'm going to come in with my bee napkin, and I'm going to just kind of put it down on the page. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. Okay, and then I'm going to come back with my decoupage on top. This brush is not the best decoupage brush, I'm not going to lie. See if I can get it all on here. Okay. The only thing you have to be careful of when you do something like this is that you don't stick your pages together. Which is something I probably would do, but I'm trying to be super careful not to do that. Okay, there we go. Now I like it. I'm going to dry it real fast. Alright, sorry my battery died, but here is our finished center with our bee napkin decoupaged on. And then on this side you could add a bag, decoupage something on it, stamp something on it, and have a place for stickers. And that is the center of your signature. How cool, right? So never be afraid to go back and decoupage or anything, even though it may seem finished. Okay, I really got to trim out all of these sides. They're driving me nuts. I know I left them blank. They're grid paper to draw out a garden plan, but it's really, really driving me nuts. So I think on one, I will just put some bee. Let's put, not bees, ladybugs. Because it's all about the garden, so it can be, I'm going to take some of this great ladybug ribbon. It's a wired ribbon. It's from Amazon, so I'll definitely link it below. And I'm just going to put it on the side. And I think I'm going to cut it in half so it's not so chunky. Yeah. I'm going to use the middle line on the ribbon itself just to cut down. Hopefully cut semi-straight. Probably not. Okay. So let me just add, I think I'll do it. Yeah, I'll do it right here. I'm going to turn it with the edging, the black edging out. And I'm just going to attach it right there. I just kind of love that totally. Okay, so I've got my glue. I'll link the glue down below too. Fabric, paper, doesn't matter what you're doing. You don't have to switch glues. It's an all-in-one. And it's amazing. I hope everybody's having a good weekend. I'm sorry this video wasn't up yesterday. But our new buyers came to do like a little walkthrough of our house, you know, and it was nice. So, and there you go. Now we've added some really cute interest to our page. And it was that simple. And I can add the other half on the other side if I want to. And then I could do another ribbon on this page, and then I have 2 more pages on the other side. So it could just be the ribbon section because it's the center of the journal, and it would just add a lot of fun and interest to it. And that's how I would do it now. If I was doing it, I would never leave it as blank as this journal was left. Oh, I would never leave it, I would do it right there and make it, you know, both sides this great ribbon. In fact, let's just do that real quick. Yeah, let's get over so you. And there we go. Now my page is a ladybug on both sides, and it looks really good, and I love that. So that's something else you can do. You can add ribbon. Now I get to this page. Again, I just left so much white space, and it's driving me nuts. So I think on this one, I'm going to stamp a huge butterfly. And I'm going to get the biggest butterfly I have. I'll get the stamp off here. Alright. So I've got the biggest butterfly I have. And I think I will do it just in my antique-y color here, tea stain color, and I'm just gonna stamp it up. The stamp is huge. Okay, and then I'm gonna come to my page right here and just plop it down. And look how amazing it looks now. And I can still write all over that. I just love going back and adding stuff on this. I'm going to dry this real quick. I kind of like to dry things though when I do go back and zhuzh up a journal or something because, you know, you don't want it to smudge. Alright. So as you can see, it's really easy to go back and do pages, add things that maybe you didn't add the first time. Look, I have all this white down here again, and it's another signature, and it's the center again. I just left these so blank and so, I don't know, it just looks awful. This is a little envelope. Maybe I'll add this in the center and put some trim around and just really add this up. Maybe I'll put the ladybugs so I'll know this is, you know, a new center. I don't know. But definitely don't be afraid to go back and add to journals that you've already done that are in an old style. There's nothing wrong with changing up a journal that you haven't used. Let's see here. Okay, I cut a big piece of burlap ribbon. I think maybe I'll make a belly band on one of these. Or maybe just, maybe I'll make a page like that. I like that. just do a big sideways belly band, and I think I'll ink this page. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a big sideways belly band on this side right here. But first, I'm going to come in with my little page dauber and ink up my page. Okay, so I'm just adding a bunch of ink all over the page because, you know, you want it to be inked. You want it to have interest. So I'm going to add it across the bottom. And then I'm going to add some on the page again too, because I'm putting burlap on it and I don't want it to be super bright white. Now, I've inked it up there. It's not as bright white as it was. Then I'm going to come in with my burlap ribbon and attach it down the center like that. And I think that looks really cool, but I want it in the center like that. So let me do that, and I'm just going to do that with a little glue on each end. And it's kind of rustic and rugged, and it's not cut straight, but that's fine because it's gardening, and you know, gardening does get kind of messy and not straight and stuff. And then I'm going to do across the top up here, and I'm going to pull the ribbon super tight just so it's not loose anywhere like that. And I'm going to get my trusty, okay, and then I'm just going to probably go back and add a little tape on the side too, just to give a little more structure. But I really like how this looks. And then I'll show you. I'm going to cut this off. And then I'm going to take my little envelope I had here and stick it in like that. And there you go. Now I've zhuzhed up the page and it's not so boring. So there's a lot of different things you can do. And I want to just go back and show you that nothing is sticking closed or anything. That everything is fine. Because I know everybody's saying, oh, she glued in that journal. See? Didn't stick at all. It popped right open. And let's check on my ribbon too. And there it is. And it's not sticking to anything either. So it's perfectly fine to go back and do decoupage, glue, whatever you wanted to, if your style has changed, and to kind of zhuzh up an old journal and make it more who you are now. Don't be afraid to go in and change something you've already created. If your style's changed, it'll make it more friendly for you to use. Right now, I was going to use this, but it wasn't very exciting, and all this white space, I'm still going to go in and change it. And so guys, I hope you like this video, and I hope you see it's okay if your style has changed over the years, and you find something that you created earlier in your crafting career, whether it was a journal or something you sewed or painted. It's okay to go in and kind of change it up and make it more who you are today. It'll make it more relevant to who you are, and you'll appreciate it more. And maybe if it's something like a purse or a jacket or a journal, instead of sitting around unused, you'll start to use it. So be sure and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and be sure and hit that subscribe button and that little bell. We have videos coming all month long. Great videos you don't want to miss out on. Also, leave me a comment down below. Do you have something you've ever gone back and changed after it wasn't your style anymore? Thanks for being here today, guys, and take care. Bye.